Welcome loves to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video, we're going to be doing another Fix My Makeup vlog from my series Fix My Makeup vlog. And as a celebrity, today I chose Kristen Stewart and her makeup look that you can see right now on your screen. So in case you're interested, what is going to be right at the end of the video, you can see it right now. But the process, I'm going to explain in detail right in a sec. Let's get started. This is me dancing right before I got my flu. I'm getting started with the toner, on top going with Nivea aftershave lotion, and topping everything with the sun cream from lebelage brand. I'm mistaken, it's Korean. Then I'm finally moving to a combination of both foundations. This is Wet n Wild Hydrator and my roche-posay foundation. Both of these foundations are super orangey. That is the main reason why I'm scraping off blue and green powders from my eyeshadow palette and then mixing in a little bit more of Nivea aftershave lotion. Mixing this on the back of my palette and placing on top of my face with a fluffy brush. Fluffy brush is going to create a thin layer of foundation and it's not going to be so much to cake in the future. Let's brighten some of the spots of a forehead and my chin. I'm using Best Skin Ever Concealer from Sephora, and on the sides of the face, going with L.A.Girl Pro.concealer. This is color Chestnut if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm using all the time fluffy brushes because they're going to thin out the formulas. Underneath my eyes, I'm going with L.A.Girl Pro.concealer, the color Fairest, and blending with my finger. I want to set everything with catrice powder. This is matte, and I love the formula, but I take off a little bit of the product on the back of the hand first, and only then move into my contours. I think press and powders are underrated, and they're really doing a great job in terms of setting your face and creating this illusion of filter effect. With my Art-visage contour palette, I want to focus this primarily on the sides of the face and create a nose contour with the same colors. You can tell that it doesn't give a lot of shade, but you can see there's a small shift from the before and after. You can tell for my nose, I prefer angled brushes, and I don't really want to bring this too wide on the sides, mainly focusing really close to the nose bridge, and I'm not touching the tip of the nose. Let's work with the bronzers. I want to make sure that I have warm forehead, and for my nose tip, I'm using the same combination of colors, the one that I showed you on camera. I feel like Kristen Stewart, she wasn't only missing bronzers and contour, but severely blush. We are going to have a bright eye makeup look, and that's why I'm using a combination of bright blushes on top. And let's bring this on the sides of the face, over cheekbones, and over the tip of the nose. With Wet n Wild highlighter, I'm focusing this on top of my cheekbones, nose bridge, forehead, and here and there with any leftovers. I need to set everything with a setting spray. This one is from Essence, one of my favorite setting sprays. Use Beauty Blender on top to set the powders together. And then I'm finally moving to my contour palette from Makeup Revolution. This one is going to create an illusion of this really beautiful glowy skin. I use a combination of two different blushes and go in with a highlighter from the same palette. I love finishing doing my foundation with a dry highlighter on top of my creamy formulas. And let's move to my brows. This is my ordinary routine. Kristen Stewart has beautiful brows, just like something that I do. With Essence Brow Pencil, I want to create a shape, fill this in with the same color, use mascara on top, brow mascara, and feather my brows with NYX Brow Snatch Pencil. Okay, I love the smokiness of the look. I love black eyeliner over lash line and waterline. I love the color. I think it's super vibrant. It's pretty. It does have a little bit of peach, I guess, on top over crease, but I hate the shape of the eye because it doesn't really look good. It has a lot of color in the inner corner. It doesn't have any color in the outer corner. I'm gonna get started with my NYX eye primer. This is my ultimate favorite, but I have another one from Wet n Wild. Okay guys, I have two different options for you, and maybe if you have no idea which eyeshadows to use, I have Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette. This is super old Fiery 2.0 palette, and this has a beautiful row of shades that we're going to be needing today, and they're super pigmented, they're vibrant, I love them. We're going to be definitely using these shimmers today. Another option I used in my makeup routine, this eyeshadow palette, as well as regular blush palette. This is a row of blushes, this is a row of eyeshadows, and it has different shimmers like this. They're not super pigmented. That is the main reason why I'm going to be going with a little bit different eyeshadow palette today, but in case you have something similar, you can always choose and pick the option you have and which is available for you guys. I'm going to get started with a twist, let's say. I'm using Fenty Beauty concealer. This is super dark for my complexion, and it is color 498. I don't really need much. Couple of dots really close to my lash line. And you can use fluffy brush or something flat. This is super pigmented. I want to leave this space in the inner corner as much as possible because we're going to be focusing these shimmers in the outer corner basically. And I want to create something like a V shape in the outer corner. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It's just gonna be the base. With a fluffy brush, I want to make sure that it's well blended and diffused before I add any other color. And I love the shade. It's kind of like almond shade. I'm gonna be going with this really, really pretty peachy color because I think she has a little bit of this warm peachy shade on top of the crease. And with the same brush that I have from Beauty Bay, I'm gonna pick this on. You can actually add a little bit more of this color, but let's see, maybe with this base underneath, it's going to be enough to have something super soft. I'm going to tap it off and lightly get this on top of my lid. I'm going back and forth, and in the outer corner, I'm doing circular motions. I have my flat brush. This one is from BH Cosmetics, and I love getting my eyeshadows, specifically shimmers, with a wet brush. This way I know they're gonna pop up better and brighter. I have some moisture in my beauty blender, that's why I'm gonna pat my brush a couple of times with this wet beauty blender and grab the color ribbon. I want to get this in the outer corner, patting and stamping. Let's do this in the outer corner. Use your fingers to mix and blend some colors that are looking rough. I'm going to the same brush that I used for my peachy undertone, and let's smoke this out. Let's blend and marry these colors together. And now with my shade from the same palette, this is color Laces. I love it so much. I want to experiment and add the color in the inner corner. And I'm gonna go with the same peachy color I used right at the beginning, and let's just bring this on top of my lid. Let's use the shade with a finger because I don't want to add more to it than it can give me. Oh yeah, that is so freaking pretty. And add this on top just a little bit. And we're using the same colors for the lower lid, but first I need black liner on top. And we're not doing any wing in the outer corner, just following the natural shade of my lash line. I'm gonna stop right at the end of my eye. You can always fill in the gap that is left between your lashes and eyeliner. The same black eye pencil I'm using over waterline, and then with the same colors I used on top, and specifically I'm talking about bright pink shades, I'm blending out my black color, adding this with the same flat brush. Last but not least is going to be my powder underneath my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna add this Calm Il Foot, I guess, Black Tie Fuchsia 212 color in the center of my lip. Let's use my Violet number 12 lip pencil on top. By the way, I try to focus this color in the inner part of my lip, and I'm adding a tiny bit. Essence Shine Lip Gloss. Okay guys, and this is the final result. We fixed Kristen Stewart's makeup look. I think we try to keep eye makeup pretty much similar to the original photo, but I wanted to change the shape a little bit, and I wanted to make sure that I have deeper base for my makeup look. As for lips, I needed a little bit more color. I think like lip gloss is a great option, but it doesn't really have to be transparent or just like a little bit pinky. Sometimes you can add color, add lip gloss, and work with this option. I love that we try to avoid as much as possible the nuance with the powder. That translucent powder was all over the place. That's why we use pressed in powder. So I guess the overall look is super pretty. I love it, and I think it's not drastically different from Kristen's, but it is different and a little bit upgraded from my point of view. Let me know what you think in the comments. Will you give it a try, or you think it's definitely not something that you would recreate? And by the way, this is my version. This is my option. You can stick to Kristen's original photo. This is just the way I would probably change this makeup look in order to work it for me. Love you all guys so much. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.